Hey there, my name is Kevin, and by the end of this video, you'll have a complete system for turning your YouTube comments, or don't tell anyone, but you can also use other people's comments, into an opportunity goldmine. I'm going to show you exactly how to extract valuable data from these comments to generate new content ideas, to build powerful testimonials, to grow your email list with engaged fans, to craft irresistible copy based on real pain points, and ultimately boost your content strategy and sales. There's no more letting those valuable comments go to waste, and that is my aim with this video. I've been in the content creation space for several years now, starting with SEO back in the day. My content helped many creators scale their platforms, and one difficult thing was always coming up with more and more ideas. When I discovered the power of, let's call it YouTube comment mining a few months ago, I was literally shocked how much valuable data there is out there. And with the system I'm about to share with you, you'll see how one comment can be used in multiple ways. In fact, even this video idea came from a comment that I came across on an AI automation forum I'm a member of. And what I will say is that this doesn't have to be limited to just YouTube. So any place where people are commenting, where they're sharing their thoughts, you can use the system. So here's what we're covering in today's video. Number one, I'm going to first show you my streamlined process for collecting and organizing YouTube comments and doing it at scale. Number two, we're going to dive into transforming those comments into an endless list of targeted content ideas that your audience actually wants to see. Number three, we're going to reveal the Testimonial Transformer system for building a database of social proof that literally sells for you. Then we'll explore how to mine golden copywriting nuggets from comments that speak directly to your audience's desires. And finally, I'll wrap up with this integration framework that systemizes the process from going or starting with YouTube comments to having the whole thing in its place ready to go. Now, if you choose to ignore what I'm about to share, here's what you're essentially signing up for. You'll continue spending a lot of hours guessing what content to create next. In the meantime, your competitors who implement this type of system rapidly outpace you with laser targeted video content that their audience and your common audience really wants. Your email list will grow at a snail's pace because you're missing out on thousands, if not more, of engaged fans trying to create generic content that doesn't convince people. And I know this might sound bleak, but at the end of the day, creating content is all about creating content that people find valuable and that they want to watch. If not, then what's the whole point? So if that sounds good, and if it's not something that you want to find yourself in, let's get right into it. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to go into a niche I have no clue about, to be fair, which is gardening. I've never done any gardening pretty much, and I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a good video or good content and content that isn't. But then again, that's why there are comments that people will have left. So here I am on YouTube. I just typed in gardening, and I'm just going to open up a couple of videos to see what it's all about. As you can see, there's a lot of views that like people are watching this video. This guy has 1.14 million subscribers, 3.66. So there's a lot of people in this industry. If I open up this video, here I have 7 beginner raised bad garden mistakes to avoid. So we have the time like chapters. Your videos should come with a warning to always have your pen and paper ready to take notes. I think you're a great teacher and I'm learning more than the brain can absorb. So glad these videos can be rewatched. So that could be a great example of a testimonial video. Bending over isn't the issue, but getting back up again is. So, I mean, just to kind of start thinking about the categorizations that we want to do, potentially it could be that we have something like, I don't know, let's have a think about this. So videos would come with a warning to always have a pen and paper ready. That could be an example of a testimonial, right? If I don't know, bending over to the could be a I mean, I'm sure it said tongue-in-cheek, but this could be an example of a pain point that people are complaining about in the industry. So if we're creating some type of newsletter, it could be something that you start with as a joke and you build on top of. The next comment is, I've built, I've built 15 raised beds out of various shapes and sizes, but my favorite, okay. I mean, even this could be an example of what people want. I almost watch every video about raised beds. This video is the most useful. Great. I continue to be a fan of Next Level Gardening, go to video, favorite people on YouTube. So there's a lot of testimonial potential right here. However, for me, the overload of information is causing severe cerebral flatulence. You keep doing what you're doing. I'll keep working on me. So even that can be an example of comments that you can take and potentially create content around it, where it's not just the whole thing. So in this case, we have a video that is, 30 minutes long. But imagine if we can break this down into multiple content ideas. That's another idea that just came to me as I'm speaking about this right here. So there's a lot you can do with these comments, and there's a lot of these comments. As I said, my aim with this video is to give you some ideas of how to potentially use these comments. And if we were to describe the different categorizations that we could have something like, okay, so we said number one is the testimonials, right? So people that are saying, love your videos, keep doing it. Number two, we have the content ideas. So comments like, I love what you are saying about the stuff. What if we speak about this? What if we speak about that? Number three could be pain points. If we're creating products, if we're creating content, that will always come in handy. So we'll dive deep on these in future content, in copywriting, in creating products, creating offers. So there's a lot of different categorizations that you could have. Let's have another category or others. Testimonials, content ideas, pain points. Content ideas could also be broken down into other things. So we could have, newsletter. We could have emails or daily email stories. If you're sending daily emails, you need a lot of ideas. So there's a lot that can be done with this. That is the whole point of this. So let's just go back to our screen here and let's get cracking with actually creating the whole system. For this video, all you will need is essentially your YouTube comments or your YouTube creator. You will need something called Appify, which I'll be showing you right here. So this is a store which contains a lot of different scrapers, which are called actors. And these allow you to scrape, in this case, YouTube, and get different stuff from it. So this is a YouTube scraper. So YouTube crawler and video scraper. No limits, no quotas. YouTube video downloader, shorts scraper, videos scraper, comment scraper, transcript scraper. So there's a lot you can get from a platform like YouTube. And chances are, if you are trying to scrape from different platforms, there's a lot of information that you can scrape using tools found on Appify. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel and start from scratch. In my case, what I'm interested in is, or are potentially, things like this YouTube comments scraper, because I want to, first of all, the pricing is great. So you only pay $2 for 1,000 comments, and Appify gives you $5 of free usage every single month. So that's great. So I'm going to open this up. I'm also going to see if there's anything else that I want. So maybe this YouTube transcript scraper, which can come in, maybe not this one, because I'm looking for one that is, unless this has been changed, 3-day trial, then $20 per month. Maybe that this has been updated, because this used to be, I'm not sure if this was the one. Pretty sure it was free. YouTube transcript ninja. Oh yeah, this is the one. Yep, I'm looking for. So pay $10 for 1,000 results. So between these two scrapers, the comment scraper and the transcript ninja, I'm pretty sure we can get a very long way towards what we want to do. In addition to Epify, we also need our favorite no-code automation platform, which in my case, N8N is quickly becoming that one. So we have that right here. We have this empty scenario. And then we have the YouTube channel right here. So you can either start based on the YouTube channel and the creator of your choice and then drill down, or you could start with a specific video, which in my case, I'm going to start from there. But there's definitely a situation where you start kind of top level, get the videos from a creator, and then get the information and comments from that specific video. Okay, let's just use this specific video since we landed on it. So I'm just going to grab the video. And if I go to my, first of all, YouTube transcript ninja, I can paste that in there. If I hit save and start right here, this will immediately get me the transcript of that video. However, I don't want to start this from here because we want to start it from our N8N instance. In addition, we also have the YouTube comments scraper. So I'm just going to paste that in and I can say, get me 50 comments from this specific video. So same thing. I don't want to start this here. I want to be able to start it using the code right here. And if we look closely here, we have the maximum comments and we have the start URL. So we just have to include that right there. We can configure how many comments we want. We can configure the URL of the video right there. So pretty good to go. The way we're going to launch these will be through the API. So if we go back here, first of all, we'll need this JSON right here. And we'll also need to look at this API endpoints. And over here, the one I suggest you go for would be the run actor synchronously and get dataset items, because this will not only start the actor, it will wait for it to finish and it will give you the information all in one operation, in one request. So pretty handy overall. Alternatively, you can get this done over multiple steps, but since this works well, might as well use it. One final thing we'll need, I'll just duplicate this here, is an actual API key. So if I go to settings and API and integrations, here you can create your own API key and this will allow you to get the videos from your creator. So I'm just going to copy this and then I'll use that in my N8N instance. All right, sweet. So we have everything we need. YouTube transcript, we have the comments scraper. So same thing here. And we'll use this run data synchronously and get dataset items. Let's go to N8N. We're going to start a new workflow that we trigger manually. And then we're going to make an HTTP request. We're doing this because Epify doesn't natively exist within N8N. So if I type in Epify, I don't get anything here. So we need to use this HTTP request to get the information that we want. If we're starting with the, I mean, we need to run both, but let's just start with the transcript. So let's call this YouTube transcript. And over here, I'm just going to copy this endpoint right here. And I'm just going to paste that in there. The method here should be post. So if I go here, choose post, and I need to copy this JSON here. So copy, I'm going to hit send body. I'm going to use JSON and I'm going to paste that right there. I'm going to test the step. And if that works well, I should immediately, or rather than after a few seconds, get the transcript of the video that we put in here. So this is still running and working, as you can see here. In the meantime, we'll need to have something similar for the comments scraper. So we can already go ahead and create that. In this case, the endpoint will be this right here. So I can copy this. And if I go here, paste that in, go and grab the JSON for the comments. This will be get. And I'm just going to paste that JSON. I'm going to hit that step. So this finished already. And my bad for actually not looking at the data. So let's just go to executions here. And if we look at this YouTube transcript module, we have the transcript right there. Welcome to my raised bed vegetable garden. I've grown for many years, whatever. So that is the whole video transcript right there. If we go back to the editor over here, we also have our 50 comments, as you can see, already scraped. So for each of these comments, we get the comment, the point of building raised beds for me to save my back. I'm going to put mine on legs. I have plenty of old lumber from our old wood fencing I'm going to tear down. Okay, great. Just don't put a bed anywhere close to a goddamn tree, anywhere near. I'm glad I found a video. We have a video that talks about railroad tires. So there's a lot of ideas as we saw earlier. Now the whole point, once we have this, is to figure out how to classify this information, which is the use of this next module we're going to use. So in NA10, if we go to Advanced AI and we choose this, where is it? Classifier. Text classifier. Yeah, it was right there in front of me. We have, first of all, the ability to give it some text to classify. And what I want to give it would be these comments right here. Now, if I give it this JSON comment, as you can see, I just have one comment. However, I want to go through all the comments and repeat this exercise. So I will need to add something before. I will also want to give it this, either the whole transcript that we got right here, or potentially a summarized version of the transcript. So I think that would also be cool. What I might also want to do is get the transcript and grab the key ideas, key takeaways directly from the transcript as well. So we're using the transcript in two situations. Number one, we're getting it and getting key ideas from it. And number two, we're giving it along as context in addition to each comment, but maybe give a summary rather than the whole transcript in that situation. So let's build that out. So over here, I'm going to, let's go to, add an AI agent, which won't be an agent at all. It's just a quick way to set up a large language model completion. Let's use OpenAI and let's just say system message, and we say you're a helpful assistant that grabs or that extracts, 5 key action points from a YouTube transcript. And you can be as detailed as you want with this, obviously, system prompt. Here, what I want is to provide the transcript itself. So I'm going to give this a variable, which is YouTube transcript .item.json, and I think it was maybe .content. Yeah, we'll need to run it one more time. So we have the whole thing right here. So let's just run this, and I'll pin the data so we can use it again, rather than having to run this each and every time when we're creating content. Okay, so let's pin that. And now we have the transcript. So here, this should be .transcript. In addition, maybe I also want to get the summary as well. Also, you create a summary of the YouTube video. So then we can use this when we are analyzing the comments. So let's output in a specific format. So here we want this type of output. So let's say we want, first of all, we have the key points. Let's say we want this to be an array. So key point 1, key point 2, we have 3, we have 4, and we have 5. So that's the first thing. And then we also want the summary. And I think that should be good to go. So this is create key takeaways plus summary. Let's test this and see what we get. So here as output, we just got the summary. For some reason, we didn't get the key points. So let's just go back to the system message and just say output in JSON as follows. And I just pasted the JSON format that I want. So if I hit that step, let's see if we get that now. So obviously there's quite a bit of text to go through, and we're asking for 2 various data points as well. So this is taking a bit to complete. In the meantime, thinking about YouTube comments, yeah, we'll pass along the key takeaways, or the summary, I mean, and the actual comments themselves. But we also need to loop through the comments. So over here, we'll need to have this loop over items. So this will allow us to go through each comment and analyze it individually. Also, thinking about this, before we get to the stage, we might as well save some information. So over here, I have an empty Airtable database that I'll use to save this information. This is also taking a bit longer than I would expect. So let's see what's happening here. So let's go to Airtable. Let's add this. So it's ready. Okay, so this finished. And okay, for some reason, we're still getting just the summary. Okay, let's have a look here and try and figure out why. So your helpful assistant that extracts 5 action points from a YouTube transcript. Let's call them 5 key points from a YouTube transcript. Also, you create a summary of the YouTube video that outputs 5 key points from a YouTube transcript and a summary of the YouTube transcript. Output in JSON as follows: key points and summary. Okay, let's test once more. And if we think about how we're going to save this data, first of all, we need to choose our list. And for some reason, I don't know if it's an N8M bug, but whenever you hit search, very recently, this just closes. So this means that you need to scroll down and choose your database manually. So here I have YouTube video, or I renamed this as YouTube video 12.3. So we'll just have to find that manually. Okay, so now we've got the key points. Okay, that's super weird, but for some reason, not the summary. Okay, we'll figure this out in a second. So let's choose the list, which is called YouTube video 12.3. And this is a pain in the ass. Okay, the table is called table 1. And let's just say that here we want to save the following data points. So I want to save the YouTube URL, which should be a URL. Let's just save the key points as a list. Let's just save the summary as a long text. And then we can also have this should actually be called video. And then we could have the comments from this. So for the comments, what I would like to see would be maybe a record ID for each different comment. Let's have the actual comment. Let's have classification, which can be single select. So we'll be able to place this as, I know, testimonial or pain point or content idea. What else did we say before? Testimonial, pain point, maybe complaint. Yep. So let's create that. We also want to link this to the video. So video where found, kind of. So this can link to another record from the video table. And we'll link that to a YouTube URL. So add that. And just thinking if we need something else. Maybe an action step. So if the comment is do this, or why not do this, the action step could be, yeah, action step. Let's leave this as single line text. So if it's a complaint, maybe the action step could be get in touch with the client, get in touch with the person. If it's a testimonial, it could be use this in your next marketing campaign and stuff like that. All right. Now this will need to refresh. This will need to be video. And here we need to save some information. So first of all, we have the URL. And the key points will be these right here. The problem is that we don't have a summary. So this is one thing we'll need to fix. So why are you not outputting a summary? Let's look at the output parser once more. So here I have key points. I mean, maybe we need to define exactly below. Let's see. So we had key points, which was an array. So let's say 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, and point number 5. And then we had the summary. Let's put a comma over there. And close that out. And I think we should be good to go. Okay, let's run this one more time. Yeah, doesn't want to collaborate. Okay, let's put summary of the video. Maybe we need to be a bit more explicit. Summary of the video. Test. Key points. Yeah. I don't like that I'm not getting the output that I want, but one other way to do it would obviously be to have another module there. Then again, it's not a clean solution, so I don't really like that. But just to keep on moving forward, let's just say this is the create key takeaways, and this will be the summary. So we can have potentially, I don't know, if we can have it like this, and then just change the prompt here. So we just have the summary. So summary of the video, you output that. So then this just outputs the key takeaways. Again, not a very clean solution, but let's just spin this. Let's run that. And yeah, here we need the actual YouTube transcript. Okay, so we need to unpin that. And let's test this with both of this stuff. Again, not ideal, but sometimes, yeah. So this gives us the summary, and this gives us the key points, which means that if we go here, we can now save the summary by dragging that there. And for the key points, we can just drag those in there. So now, if we pin and we pin, we can create a record in, or attempt to create a record in our table. So invalid, could not parse that. Probably because we have, like here we have the whole array and all that. So can we say dot to JSON string, and let's test this once more. Okay, sweet. So now here we just got the string rather than the whole array object, and if we go back to our table, we get that. So we get the video URL, we get the key points, we get the summary, and obviously there are no comments yet. So we're good so far. Next thing is that let's run this get YouTube comments. So we'll get those 50 comments back once more. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to add this limit. So we'll only work with 5 comments as we're building this video. Just so we don't have to go through and loop over these items and do it for all 50 of the comments. Here, what I want is just to unlink that. I'm going to add this right here. I'm going to remove that, and after this text classifier, we'll have different routes. So let's run this, and now we got our 5 comments, which means that if we run this loop over item, we get the first comment into the whole loop. So we have the point of building a raised bed is to save my back. So now we need to decide what this will classify or what outputs we might have. And if we go back here, we had the different classifications that we already created. These testimonial, pain points, content ideas, and complaint. Just going to copy these, and let's add category testimonial, category pain point, category content idea, and category complaint. So this should be able to decide by itself, and yeah, let's add other. So this should be able to decide what type of comment this is, whether it's a testimonial, pain point, content idea, complaint, or other. If we just run this once, obviously we need to add a model here. Let's just go to OpenAI, GPT-4o Mini, and let's run this once. So this, as you can see, or as you can't see, decided that the comment that we got was a pain point. The comment was the point of building raised beds is to save my back. I'm going to put mine on legs. I have plenty of old lumber from our old wood fencing. I'm going to tear down. I mean, I guess that is a pain point. So I agree. Now, what we want is to obviously store that comment right here with the classification linked to our video and with an action step as well. So let's go here. And we're going to have essentially a bunch of update Airtable records based on this. This could also be good if we have an AI agent. So thinking about it, that might actually make sense, yeah. Rather than having 5 Airtable update records, let's just go with an AI agent for this one. So let's add a advanced AI. Let's add a AI agent. We're going to give it pretty much the prompt with the classification. So you're a helpful assistant that classifies data into these categories. And I'm just going to paste in what we had. So we had complaint, we had content idea, we had pain point, we had testimonial. And we have other. I'm going to say you can only classify into one category. The user will give you a comment from a YouTube video and you decide which category to put the comment in. Then use the Airtable update tool to update the comment plus the category plus what to do with the comment, aka action step, to Airtable. So we're calling this Airtable update tool. Here I'm going to say, let's define below. So just drag the comment there. And we need to do the usual thing that we do with AI agents. So give it a model. We're also going to give it a couple of tools, or one tool, I guess in this case, it's our table tool, which will be an update in the list, which will be YouTube video 12.3. So again, we need to scroll down and search for this. The list now will be comments. And here we need to do a few things. Number one, we need to match this based on the video. So the video used to match will need to get from the, let's get from the YouTube transcript. So we paste that in there. Then we don't need the ID. The comment will be this right here. For classification, we can go to expression. Okay. Can we not let the AI decide for this? Okay. That sucks because, I mean, yeah, it will be the, that's weird though. So apparently you can't let the AI decide what type of classification it is, even though we're using an AI agent. So potentially it's because we have the single select. Yeah, which really sucks. Because that's the whole point of the classification and why we went with this. So if we go to expression, now we can't really do that. Okay, that sucks. We can put in the action step. So this we can let the AI decide. But apparently with this, since it's a single select, we can't let the AI decide. Okay, so that kind of defeats the whole purpose of having the AI agent, because we want to be able to let it manually or let it automatically do this. Okay, so again, let's go back to the text classifier, because in this case, there's no point to having the AI agent. So might as well go down the manual Airtable route. So Airtable, let's go to update a record. I'm going to choose my base again, which was called YouTube video 12.3. Choose from the list comments. Let's map that based on the video, where the, I just need to, let's run this once. So let's run that once. Let's run, oh yeah, I have the whole thing mixed up. So this should be the loop. Let's run this once. Okay, so we got the pain point here as the, is it the pain point? Yeah, pain point right there. So this will be, why are we getting no data right here? Okay, pain point branch. Oh yeah, because we're connected to the wrong one. So this should be like this. So in this case, let's just create this, and we're going to put the comment here. For classification, we're going to choose pain point. We need to come up with an action step as well, which, yeah, I think we'll have to create that. Yeah, we'll have another step right here that creates that action step. Okay, So we just need to match this to the video URL. So I go here, URL, can remove that, and we just need that action step. So let's just add let's just go with OpenAI, or maybe something fast. I don't know if I have Gemini connected. Yes, I do. Oh, but this must be connected to an AI chain. Okay. Yeah, let's just. So that. And let's just have, again, OpenAI. Let's just go with message model. Let's just use for how many, and say, based on this comment, what action steps can I take as a content creator to make the most out of it? I'm just going to pass along the comment. Okay, let's test this. Okay, that's a lot of things you could do. As a content creator, you can leverage this comment about raised beds in several ways to create engaging and valuable content. Here are some action steps you can take. Create the DIY guide, highlight upcycled materials, focus on ergonomics. So let's make this a bit shorter. 2 to 3 sentences, output max. So let's test this. And now we get a much more concise type of output. You can create a DIY video or blog post showcasing the process of building raised gardens, highlighting the benefits for back health. Great. You can discuss sustainable practices by using reclaimed materials while providing tips for others. All right, great. So let's now just save the action step, update the mapping of the actual comment, and we should be good to go. So if I hit the step and go to my Airtable and refresh, I get nothing. Okay, video expects an array, but we got this. Oh yeah, because video here is expecting a record ID. Okay, so expects an array, but we got that. So I think what this wants is an array with the record ID from here, which is where we had created that. So this essentially is what we're linking to. So we'll go here and we test this. Record matching provided key was not found. Okay. So let's add this here so we can diagnose, and we say equals record ID and create a field. So this should be, in this case, REC VWY. So we go here, REC DVWY. DVWY. So that should be the same. Record using to match. Let's see. Now here we get. Okay, so okay, I think we just need to provide as it was before, just in the form of an array. So let's just test it like so. Let's remove that. And let's test the step. Video expects an array, but we got this. I think I have an extra quote there. Record matching provided keys was not found. Isn't that it? IFO. So why not? Okay, so having spent a bit more time than I would have wanted trying to figure this out, I first of all realized that I'm using update here when I shouldn't be using update. I should be creating a new record, since we're creating a new record for the comments. And there was some confusion between the value to match and the YouTube URL, which I'm using to link back to the main YouTube video. So let's try that one more time. So here I have Airtable. I'm going to create a record. I'm going to choose my database, which is this YouTube video database. So YouTube. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain. YouTube video, the comments table. Now we're going to choose that as the action step. The classification will be a pain point in this specific case. The comment will be this right here. For the video, we just need to pass the URL of the video, which will be the actual thing from the whatever YouTube transcript. So I think that should work. Okay, so video array expects an array, but we got plain text. So here, what if we just put in an actual array? Would that work? Your request is invalid or could not be processed by the service because that is not a valid record ID. So all I want is this video to be that URL. So what's wrong with that? Could not be processed by the service. It's not a valid record ID. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay, sweet. Figured it out. So even though this says video right here, right? We can't pass the video URL. We still need to pass the record ID of the record we're linking to. So even though this will be the video URL as the primary field that is linking right here, we still need to pass the record ID of this actual row, which is this right here, in order to make the connection. Yeah, I don't know why that is, but that is the way it is. We also have the comment saved right here. We have the action step. So we're good to go with this. So let me just run this on a couple more data records to ensure that this is working correctly. So let's just change the limit to 5 here. And let's also what we need to do, yeah, before we do that is just duplicate this flow for the other routes. So let's just have 4 more of these. I'll just copy this and boom, boom. Let's go up top. So this is a testimonial. And this we can leave as is. And let's put this as testimonial. Let's have this be the content idea. Let's have this be the complaint. And let's leave the other one, the other be the other. So this will be, actually we don't need to do anything with this if it's other. We're not really interested in anything at all. So we can just leave that as empty and just delete these two. All right, sweet. Let's arrange some stuff here. And let's save and let's zoom out and test this workflow with these 5 comments. Okay, for some reason I didn't pin this data with the YouTube comments. So I'll do that once this finishes executing. So, let's wait. Can also delete this in the meantime. Which is a shame that the AI agent can't really store saved records, but it is what it is. Okay, let's see why We only got one item here. Oh yeah, because here what we need to do is just loop back over. So let's loop over. So once each comment is done, it will keep going through. So let's delete these two. And we should get the 5 comments in here coming in. So as a content creator, you can share DIY tutorial, produce educational videos. Let's make this a bit bigger. Create a video or blog demonstrating the advantages of long raised beds. Create engaging visuals or videos that demonstrate the pitfalls of placing a bed near a tree. Create a video specifically about the downsides of using railroad ties in gardens or landscapes. Great. So I got those 5 points right there. This worked well. Now, what else can we do with this system? Over here, first of all, or actually this is how I could make the system or take it to that next level. So first things first, over here, we're just getting one video, right? However, this can be opened up to multiple ones. So we could get multiple videos. We could also add another step right there, which takes in multiple channels. So we get more content. So that's the first thing. Over here, obviously we're just looping through 5 items, but that can be anything you want. In our case, we're grabbing 50 YouTube comments here. So at the very least, we could turn this up to 50. So get more content coming in. We also are classifying based on these, right? Testimonial, pain points, content ideas, complaints, and others. We could increase that so that we get more categories. Once we have the information stored in our table right here, there's all that we can do. So at the moment, we're only getting content ideas. But in addition to that, let's say in our table, we could have a button that decides what we want to do. Whether it's writing, I don't know, copy or anything specific like newsletters. We could write emails. So one thing I'll do, just to kind of put a bow on this video, is let's say that based on these content ideas, I want to create a daily email. So each of these can be a daily email. So since we have 5 records right here, you could get 5 emails that are ready to go, or as close to that as possible without going into detail in the prompt and what it is that we're creating. So let's just do that. So what we want is that let's close loop. What we want, let's have this as a separate flow as well. So let's just put this as one thing. And let's have another flow, which can trigger once this is done, right? So technically, we could start the thing once we have the 5 piece of content idea section steps right here. However, in my case, I'm just going to have the daily email, which will be a long text. So I'm going to unlink this here since I'm using it to trigger this manually. But again, the end of this right here could be the start of something else, which is the second scenario. So what I'm going to do is add an Airtable node, which will search our records. We're going to choose our table, which again is called YouTube video 12.3. From the list, which is called comments, we're going to grab all the information right here. I mean, what we're interested in is, or are the action steps. So let's just grab everything here. What we could also have is another column over here, which is email written, which will be a checkbox. So once we write the email, once we have some value here, this will be ticked, so we don't keep writing over and over. So here I'm just going to say, get me the emails, or get me rather the action steps where email written is equal to 0. So this should give me 5 records. If I put this to 1, this should get me 0. Yeah, no output data return. Great. So we got 5 emails. Awesome. So there's that. Now what I'm going to do is for each of these 5 items, I'm going to, I can loop through them and write them separately, I guess. Yeah, I think that's what I would rather do. So let's loop over the items. Again, just for the sake of this video, let's add a limit here where we get 1 for now. And what we want is, first of all, remove this. Let's add a chat, OpenAI, message and assistant, and let's just say, so choose the assistant. Oh no, not choose an assistant, choose a completion. OpenAI. Message a model. Let's choose, yeah, same thing. I can't really search. So mini, you create an amazing daily email using your copywriting experience. Add a message. Here's the input. And we're going to, let's just get the information here. So the input will be the action step. Take this and turn it into a daily email I can send to my subscribers. Follow this format. Tell a story based on the input from the user above. Tie it in to a product I'm selling. Make the call to action. Use a Spartan tone of voice. Short sentences preferred over long ones. Use a full stop where you would normally use a comma. Add a or start a. Ensure there's a white space line between each paragraph to ensure readability. What else do I want? Product I'm selling is a $67. Start your let's call it, start your beautiful garden in 1 month. Whatever. Hit that step and let's see what we get. Let's talk about railroad ties in your garden. I was scrolling through comments the other day and stumbled upon a question that stopped me in my tracks. Someone asked me about the downsides. Okay, not what I want when I say a personal story. So tell a personal story using the above input as inspiration. Do not mention it's a story since you're writing in the first person. Make it personal and vivid. Maybe Spartan is not the right tone to use, but let's see. I remember the first time I stumbled upon rustic railroad ties. They were everywhere, stacked like treasures waiting to be uncovered. I envisioned a stunning garden, the kind that would make even the most seasoned garden thumb stop and stare. But after some research, I noticed a lot of chatter about downsides. There were concerns about chemicals in the wood leaching into the soil. What concerns or questions do you have about using railroad ties? Let's tackle these issues together. That's why I'm excited to share your beautiful garden in 1 month. It's not a promise, it's a roadmap. Okay, so it's not perfect, obviously, but it's a good start. So what I would do here is something similar to this. So I would just duplicate that, connect this, and we're just going to, in this case, update a record. Let's just update based on the record ID, which you can get from our loop over item. We don't need the comment, we don't need classification, we don't need video, no action step. Let's refresh. We just want that daily email, which is the result right there. And obviously here email should now be written. So if it has this, I think this is recreating it once more. And now if I refresh, I should get that email written. Great. So here I have that email. I like it. I like the readability of it. Let's grow the beautiful garden together. All right, sweet. Yeah, what didn't happen here is this email written for some reason. So, can I just do that? No. Can I do that? Let's spin and let's test this one more time. Yes, okay. So just need to change that to true or to 1, I guess. And then this would obviously loop back over until it finishes. So with the system, what we're doing, just to recap, is the following. Number one, we're getting comments from YouTube that people have commented on. We're categorizing them into different labels. So we have pain points, we have testimonials, we also have content ideas, complaints. We could also make it that there are multiple classifications for each one, I guess, as well. So that's also a possibility. We get an action step based on that comment. And finally, we get a daily email that can get written, or that does get written in the way that we want, with this readability that creates a story based on the YouTube comment and the action steps, and then combines that with any offers that we are making. So it's quite a, I would say, useful system that combines a few different things. And yeah, I hope you found this useful as I'm building it, with all these steps that I had to take along the way and the detours to kind of solve the problems that arise. And I also think that it's important to keep this stuff in videos like this, because when you're building, it's not all sunshine and rainbow. So I think there's also value in that. Let me know what you think in the comments below about this system. In the meantime, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos, and I'll speak to you soon.